What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully, you guys are having a good day so far. In today's video, we're going to cover some Plarium announcements here in regards to the weekend champion chase event that's happening. The weekend champion chase will be part of the Titan event. So if you guys are going after Pelops 5-star soul or any of the Pelops rewards during his Titan event, this champion chase will include these Titan points towards this Titan event. Without further ado, let's jump into the announcement that Plarium has given us. And there it is. Hey, y'all, this Friday, March 20th, we're planning to launch a 2x event to summon epic, legendary, and mythical champions from Primal Shards. This event will last 3 days. Now, I know some of you guys were predicting that there's probably going to be a Primal event sometime during the anniversary. And here it is. It is confirmed here from Plarium, and we'll be getting it during this weekend's champion chase. Eagle Eye viewers noticed that there was a back-to-back champion chase. So this week's champion chase is actually the second champion chase in a row, or first champion chase in a row, or back-to-back champion chases. But that was a little bit peculiar. So a lot of people were led to believe that there was probably going to be some kind of special event that was going to happen this weekend, and this is it. So if you guys want to jump over to this screen here, we do have the player and play calendar. Just going to take a quick look at the champion chase here. They do show us how much anniversary points are in this champion chase. There's going to be 300. That is a lot. I don't know how this is going to be broken up. It could be 100, 200. It could be 50, 100, 150. But this looks like a pretty deep champion chase. And then we are getting the Eternal Essence and a Mythical Book and some crystals, relic crystals as well. Looks like pretty standard stuff. Honestly, I was kind of expecting even more, not just 2x primals, maybe a winner take all, but no winner take all here, at least not announced. And I don't think we're going to get any more announcements, considering that they probably could have announced it today. Why save it until tomorrow, for example, or why even just show us on the day of? But yeah, 2x primals here. The thing is with the champion chase with 2x primals is that most people, they just don't have a lot of 2x prime. They just don't have a lot of primal shards, right? They just don't have a lot of primal shards. So it's really hard to go super, super deep in this type of event. Like personally speaking, I have 30. And the last time I pulled was end of January. So, it's been better part of 2 months or so. And yes. So most people just don't have a lot of these stockpiled up. So it's not going to be that easy to get, the full milestones from the champion chase, unless you have other things banked up, like remnants or fragments, stuff like that. Apparently, I didn't look too deeply into this, but if you still had the Pelops fusion available, I believe the timeline for it allows you to fuse it during the champion chase. Don't take my word for it because I don't have it anymore. But this is what I've been hearing around. For example, if we look at the player and play calendar here, you see the Pelops fusion. It does overlap with the champion chase. Now, again, I can't verify because I don't have it up on my screen anymore. I don't have the timer or anything, but so you guys make sure to check that out. Hopefully you guys complete the fusion without too much issues there. But yeah, I think it's probably going to be 5,500 or so, probably for the full 300 Titan points if you guys are going to go for that. So not particularly easy when there's no boosted anything, only primal shards, and most people don't have a lot of primal shards. So not going to be an easy thing. Now for me, I'm pretty excited for this because actually I am right up against Mercy for my primal pulls. I know it doesn't really matter because it's, it is what it is, but I hope, that we don't have to go to Mercy again to get another mythical champion. Pretty bad luck, right? So the first primal pull that I did was Garrel. Garrel actually took me 204 primal shards to get. And yeah, that was pretty painful. It took me almost 2 years to get her from primal shards. And I'm up against the next Mercy already. So pretty wild system, but excited to hopefully get another red. And of course, very happy that Garrel got a basically game-changing buff because yeah, she's actually really, really good right now. And I do use her a little bit in live arena and all that. So hopefully we get some luck coming in for that. You guys might have noticed that my portal is actually glowing white. I am ready for the ready to pull actually for my summon pool, guys. Ready to pull for my summon pool. I'm going to be pulling for Baek for this weekend. One of the reasons was it lined up with the champion chase. Bake's obviously an insane champion that fits all the criteria for a champion that I would probably go for. He's exclusive, he's meta defining, he's a arena champion, and he's unique enough that he won't be power crept that easily. So I think it's a great spot for me to jam all the prisms in. I did just make another video on this, so you guys want to check it out, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. If you guys are wondering how I stack up all the crystals and stuff like that, I have been saving this up for over a year. So keep that in mind. This is not just an easy system you can just implement and then find a lot of prism crystals. It's something that I had to do for a long, long time. And then this is, me basically spending my savings to try to get that champion. So I will be able to participate in that champion chase with a bit more point. So you can imagine basically putting 20 sacred shards worth of pulls right into a champion chase. So I'll probably be sitting at about, 6,000 points or so. Right when the champion chase starts, so I don't have to worry too much about the Titan points. But I'll be pulling my primal shards for sure, so maybe we'll get a chance to max out this champion chase. I don't have any hopes of winning it, just because there's the primal event. You're gonna get at least one Kraken, right? One Kraken per bracket. I mean, if I don't get a Kraken, then maybe I could win it, just because it won't be something easy for people to participate in. But I think most people, they just during a 2x primal, it just doesn't happen so often. And I think if you're a spender, you're probably going to be spending in this area. So obviously, if you're struggling to hit the points, something like the Broadmaw fusion is going to be very helpful. We just had 2x voids, so hopefully you guys pulled some of the extra dudes here, so you guys can make some Broadmaws. Look at this disparity, guys. So many of these guys, and it's only one of her. Crazy. But yeah, if you guys got a couple of these, then it's going to be making your life a little bit easier. 350 points each. Mystery shards are obviously going to be very decent to finish off champion chases. The key to champion chases is that you want to use shards that have the opportunity to high roll, basically roll higher value characters. So a mystery shard, for example, rolling rolling a rare, for example, or like an epic from an ancient shard. What you don't want to do is spend high value shards and then low rolling. So this is a prime example. Basically, Sacred Shard is very high value in terms of cost, in terms of points for like summon rushes, but the yield from them is generally going to be an epic, which is pretty low value. So you don't want to be using Sacred Shards during champion chases. Someone mentioned a pretty interesting thought. I don't know if you guys agree. You guys let me know in the comments below, but would it make sense for Plarium to move away from summon rushes and do more champion chases? Because champion chases, although more flexible because it allows you to get more champions and more points from different areas, and allows you to use mystery shards pretty efficiently, perhaps people are kind of catching on to hold on to their sacred shards because they have so little value outside of just using them for summon rushes and heroes paths, and I guess deck of fates, that people are just holding on to these and they're just making those events easier. So I don't know, somebody mentioned this and I was like, wow, that's an interesting idea, because we just had a back-to-back champion chase, right? I'm like, what if they were like slowly phasing it out, or like, slowly cutting off some of the summon rushes we have in our, regular rotation of events? And I thought that was actually a really interesting idea, because personally speaking, I save my sacred shards. Like I have 55 here, I have 30 something on my alt account. I saved my sacred shard just because they have so little value outside of those key events for points. And if Plarium were to do that, I was like, wow, that's would really mess me up. So just a little interesting thought there. But anyways, we have the primal shards coming up for the weekend, and these guys on average, you're gonna get about, let me just do the math here real quick, 126 points per primal shard. So that's what you're kind of averaging. So let's say, for example, you had 10 primal shards, your average is about 1,200 points. If you pull during a 2x boosted event, which we have, right? This is like a true 2x boosted event. So you get double boosted epic, double boosted legendary, double boosted mythical. So this is a true event, so you get 126 points on average. So if you have 10 of these, you're going to get about 1,200 points. Now the variance on these is quite high, right? Because then you can go from a regular rare all the way up to a mythical. So the range is quite high. So 126 for primal shards, it's more than like a void shard, for example. Although void shards are actually pretty good. I think on 2x events they're like over 100 points. So they're quite good. Relatively close to the primal shard, but primal shard, like I said, very high variance. You can get 10 rares in a row, and then that's going to be it. That's 100 points instead of 1200 points. So yeah, the variance can be quite high. So I would say both like Sacred Shard and Primal Shard just not really great shards for champion chases, just because yes, they have some points allocated to them. In this case, the Sacred Shard is just really poor for a champion chase, but the Primal Shard can get you pretty good champion chase points, but it's very high variance. So it's hard to expect a certain amount of points from these. Whereas Ancients, Voids, and Mystery Shards are just easier to do. So that's why it's interesting to hear like that comment where Plarium, if Plarium were to ever like remove or slowly remove the summon rushes, that would be very interesting because it really shifts the focus from these two shards to like these other shards, right? Anyways, just an interesting thought. You guys let me know in the comments below if you guys think Plarium would ever do that. But yeah, pretty exciting weekend for me. I got all my Prism crystals coming out this weekend, so that's going to be 22 pulls towards Baek, and then I do have the Primal Shards 2x event that I'm going to be pulling for. If I strike out, might be a good time to quit the game. I've been striking out quite a bit. No, I'm just kidding, but I wouldn't do that. But I've been striking out quite a bit, and yeah, hopefully, I can get something. Hopefully, I can get something. And I got 2 accounts too, so the alt just pulled 2 RBs from 2 remnants. I don't know if that's good luck. That's pretty good luck, but getting back-to-back RBs is pretty bad luck. But anyways, guys, you guys let me know if you guys are participating. Will there be somebody in the comments that is holding the Primal Shards? I've seen that as well, holding the Primal Shards for other events, maybe more towards something more concrete. But yeah, this is a true 2x boosted event for primals, so it's the best rates anyways to pull for your mythical champions. All right, guys. Anyways, that's going to be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day, and let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.